Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well and you are preparing pretty well for this ICMR Scientist B examination, and you are making the best use of whatever I am posting in my videos, all the important questions, all the notes of important questions. So do note it down, and in this video I will be providing, as per your request, the most important one, that is non-communicable disease questions. So this will be from NCD unit, non-communicable disease unit question. So do solve it and write the crisp points in your notes. So without further delay, let's start the video, and do subscribe the channel for more such learning videos. Question number 1 is, which of the following disease is classified as a non-communicable disease, that is NCD, according to WHO? Is it tuberculosis, malaria, diabetes mellitus, influenza? So as per WHO, the non-communicable disease is diabetes mellitus, because non-communicable diseases are chronic conditions that are not transmitted from person to person. Diabetes mellitus cannot be transmitted from one person, that is from the patient to the normal individual. So the major NCD groups include, यानी जो major चीज़ें आपको पढ़नी है नॉन कम्युनिकेबल डिजीजेस में, that is CVD, stands for cardiovascular diseases, different kind of cancers, chronic respiratory diseases, and diabetes. So these are the more common, and the WHO focuses more on these four non-communicable diseases. So you have to make the best notes of all these four diseases. Like in the cardiovascular disease, what are the different kind of diseases, treatment options available right now, and what are the loss happen to the patient if they have severe of that particular disease. So you have to work out all those things. Cancer, what are the different kind of cancer, chronic respiratory diseases, what are the ongoing current treatment options we have. So diabetes mellitus, as you all know, it is a metabolic disorder, or rather you can say lifestyle disorder if it is type 2, which is characterized by chronic hyperglycemia, like high blood glucose, making it a classic example of a NCD. Whereas tuberculosis, malaria, and influenza are infectious diseases caused by pathogens, hence they are communicable. Now next question. The big four NCDs responsible for the majority of global NCD deaths include all except. So in the previous question I have told you that what are the four major NCDs. So इनमें से कौन सा नहीं है in all those four NCDs? Cardiovascular disease तो था ही, diabetes भी था, chronic respiratory disease भी था, HIV/AIDS, that is odd one out, because HIV/AIDS is not a non-communicable disease, it is a communicable disease. So four major NCDs कौन से हैं? CVD, cancer, CRD, diabetes. So they together account for about 80% of NCD deaths. यानी out of all the death that is happening due to the non-communicable disease, majority of death, that is more than 80%, is only because of NCD. And what NCD? These four NCD contributes the most. HIV/AIDS is an infectious disease caused by human immunodeficiency virus, that is HIV. So therefore, it is not a non-communicable disease, it is an communicable disease. So next question. Which of the following is not considered wait. Which of the following is not considered a major modifiable risk factor for NCDs? It means which of the following is not considered a major risk factor for NCD? Tobacco use, physical inactivity, age, unhealthy diet. So you all should be able to answer this question because it is very easy. Tobacco use, it will cause NCD. Physical inactivity, like you will become obese and you will eventually develop that disease. So this is also the causative factor. Age has nothing to do with the NCD. Like if you are older, you are prone for that disease more as compared to the younger one. But out of all the options, all these three are the major contributors, but age is not the major contributing factor for NCD. Unhealthy diet is one of the antagonists of this NCD. So all these three are causing NCD, but age is not directly related to that you will be like suffering from any of the NCD if you are this particular age group. So the right answer is age. Modifiable risk factors are tobacco use, alcohol consumption, unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, obesity. Non-modifiable risk factors are age, genetics, sex, ethnicity. And all these are why modifiable? Because you have a control over it. You can control your diet. If you are taking an unhealthy diet, you can switch to healthy diet. If you are physically inactive, if you are not doing any kind of like exercise, meditation, yoga and all, so you can do that. You can reduce your obesity through physical activity and also through diet control. So all these can be modified, but what cannot be modified? Age cannot be modified, genetics cannot be modified, gender, sex cannot be modified, and ethnicity cannot be modified. So you have to remember all the modifiable risk factors as well as non-modifiable risk factors. Now next question. The metabolic risk factor most strongly associated with CVD, that is cardiovascular disease, is what is the most common factor causing the cardiovascular disease? Hyperglycemia, hyperlipidemia, hypertension, hyperuricemia. So out of all the factors mentioned in the question, the more uh, common factor contributing to CVD is hypertension, right? So among metabolic risk factor, high blood pressure, that is hypertension, is the leading cause of CVD, morbidity as well as mortality. So hypertension can do what? Consequently, it can lead to atherosclerosis, that is choking of your blood vessels, the uh, clogging due to the hyperaccumulation of lipids, high cholesterol. So it will lead to eventually stroke because blood circulation will not take easily, myocardial infarction, heart failure. So all these things are due to hypertension. So ultimately or eventually you can say you will lead to some kind of CVD. So major antagonist is what? Hypertension. It means high BP. So it will contribute to more global deaths than any other single metabolic risk factor. Like if you want to be healthy, you need to avoid this hypertension factor. So next question. Which global initiative specifically aims to reduce premature mortality from NCD by 1/3 by 2030? So now this type of question is known as the data kind of question. In this you have some data. Like in the question it is asked that which global initiative specifically, like it is asked about the global initiative name which aims to reduce the premature mortality, which initiative will ultimately reduce the premature mortality from NCD, यानी NCD से होने वाले डेथ को रिड्यूस कर दे अबाउट 1/3, कब तक? बाय 2030. तो इसमें डेटा है यानी 2030 तक कम हो जाना चाहिए. तो ऐसा कौन सा इनिशिएटिव चल रहा है बाय the organization? So is it Millennium Development Goal, Sustainable Development Goal, Global Fund Initiative, Roll Back Malaria Program? So it is none other than SDGs, Sustainable Development Goal. So specifically in the SDG Goal 3 we have good health and well-being. So it will target to reduce the premature mortality from NCD by 1/3 through prevention and treatment by 2030. यानी हमारा SDG का थर्ड पॉइंट में ही लिखा है गुड हेल्थ एंड वेलबींग. सो दैट इज टारगेटिंग टू रिड्यूस द मोर्टेलिटी बाय 1/3. कब तक? अभी हम 2026 में है, 2030 तक. और ये कैसे हो सकता है? through better awareness program, through better prevention program and treatment strategies, so that we can bring down the numbers. So this is a major international policy framework during NCD control strategy. So I hope you understand. Now next question. Which term a double burden of disease in developing countries refers to? So it is one important question, that is double burden disease हम किसे बोलते हैं? Presence of two infectious disease simultaneously, high prevalence of NCDs and communicable disease together, presence of two chronic disease in one individual, simultaneous occurrence of cancer and diabetes. So it is none other than high prevalence of NCDs and communicable disease together. यानी कि आपको कोई NCD भी है एंड आपको एक कम्युनिकेबल डिजीज भी है साथ में. लाइक if you are having some kind of cardiovascular disease and also you are having influenza or let's say malaria kind of thing. So at a time you are suffering from both the disease. As I told, NCD is a lifestyle disorder, chronic disorder, so it will develop throughout the lifetime. So and at that time, if you have suffered from the any kind of communicable disease, then you can call it as a double burden of disease, यानी double suffering है, double consequences आपको देखने को मिलेंगे आपके health में. So high prevalence of NCD and communicable disease together. So it will, many countries, many developing countries including India experience a double burden like persistent infectious disease, rapidly rising non-communicable disease. In most of the people throughout the globe, not only just India, we are having this double burden of disease because most of the person are suffering from some kind of non-communicable disease, and at the same time some infectious disease occur. So this will raise the burden for the medical professionals to treat it. Now next question. Which Indian national program specifically address prevention and control of NCDs? यानी कौन सा जो प्रोग्राम है वो प्रिवेंशन एंड कंट्रोल करता है एनसीडी? नेशनल एड्स कंट्रोल प्रोग्राम, नेशनल प्रोग्राम फ्रॉम प्रिवेंशन एंड कंट्रोल ऑफ कैंसर, डायबिटीज, सीवीडी एंड स्ट्रोक, रिवाइज नेशनल ट्यूबरक्यूलोसिस कंट्रोल प्रोग्राम, नेशनल वेक्टर बॉर्न डिजीज कंट्रोल प्रोग्राम. So it is very very easy, as I have mentioned you the major four contributing NCDs. So यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है B. So that is for prevention of all the NCDs like National Program for Prevention and Control of Cancer, Diabetes, CVD and Stroke. So key objective क्या था इस program का? Early screening, health promotion, lifestyle modification and management of major NCDs. And now here you can see India launched NPCDCS. ये इसका शॉर्ट फॉर्म है, एब्रिविएटेड फॉर्म में है, नेशनल प्रोग्राम फॉर प्रिवेंशन एंड कंट्रोल ऑफ कैंसर, डायबिटीज, कार्डियोवास्कुलर डिजीजेस. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन. Which body index mass used to define obesity in adult is calculated as? So how body mass index is calculated in obese? Weight upon height, weight upon height square, height upon weight, weight square upon height. So the right answer is BMI of BMI used to define obesity in adults is calculated as weight upon height square. So BMI formula is weight upon height square. So it is the classification. If your BMI is more than 24.9, you are in overweight category, and if it is more than 30, then you are in obese category. So you have to remember this category. Ninth question. Which of the following cancer is most strongly associated with tobacco use? Cancer like lung, thyroid, ovarian, prostate. So if you are strongly associated with tobacco use, then you are more prone to have lung cancer. Tobacco smoking is leading cause of lung cancer. कार्सिनोजेंस इन टबैको स्मोक इंक्लूड कौन कौन से कार्सिनोजेंस हो सकते हैं या होते हैं? पॉलीसाइक्लिक एरोमेटिक हाइड्रोकार्बन, दैट इज PAH, विच इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट लीडिंग कॉज ऑफ कैंसर. नाइट्रोसोअमाइंस एंड बेंजीन. सो benzene is also a leading factor for some of the major kind of cancer. So smoking contributes to about 85 to 90% of lung cancer disease. So if we are talking about the NCDs, then you should remember the causative factor, and also if it is a carcinogen, then you should know about the chemical related structure and how it will lead to cancer and how it will like deteriorate your body completely, how it will influence the whatever signaling cycle, whatever the signal transaction going on in your body, how it will hinder it. So if we are talking about NCD, then you should know about all these points. जैसे हम communicable में वेक्टर पढ़ते हैं एंड कैसे वेक्टर जाके डिजीज को हमारे में फर्स्ट सिम्टम दिखते हैं, वैसे ही सेम नॉन कम्युनिकेबल में ये पढ़ना है कि कोई भी फैक्टर अगर रिस्पॉन्सिबल हम बोल रहे हैं तो हाउ इट विल डिटोरिएट द बॉडी एंड हाउ इट विल लीड टू दैट पर्टिकुलर डिजीज. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. The concept of daily, that is DALY, disability adjusted life years, measures what? Only mortality due to disease, only disability caused by disease, combined burden of mortality and disability, hospitalization rates. So what is the concept of DALY, that is daily? So it is combined burden of mortality and disability. So it is a composite measure of disease burden. How it is calculated? It is calculated by daily is calculated by combining the YLL and YLD. YLL stands for years of life lost due to premature death, and YLD years lived with disability. So it will allow the comparison of overall disease burden across the population. Now how daily is calculated, यानी कोई इंडिविजुअल है जिसकी प्री मेच्योर डेथ हो गई है, उनका कितना परसेंटेज है, एंड ऑल्सो द ईयर्स लिव विद डिजेबिलिटी, उनका दोनों का कंपाइल करके. सो ये एक ओवरऑल डिजीज बर्डन को कंपेयर करने के लिए काम में आता है. इट इज़ अ मेजर ऑफ डिजीज बर्डन. नाउ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, विच डाइटरी कॉम्पोनेंट is strongly associated with hypertension and cardiovascular disease. इनमें से कौन सा फैक्टर जो है which is strongly associated with hypertension and CVD? Vitamin C, sodium, fiber, calcium. So as you all know, why the packaged and the processed foods are avoided? Because they contain a high amount of sodium, and high sodium intake will lead to increased blood pressure, fluid retention in your body. You will feel swollen, your body will feel puffy, and it will ultimately lead to cardiovascular stress. So therefore it is recommended to like minimize the salt intake in your regular diet, because salt is containing sodium. So high sodium will overall disturb the normal circulation, so it will raise the blood circulation, increase the blood pressure, it will increase the fluid retention and CVD. So how much WHO recommend salt per day? Less than 5 grams salt per day to reduce the cardiovascular risk. So we have to minimize the salt intake. Less than 5 gram is recommended by WHO. Now, which NCD risk factor is primarily responsible to insulin resistance, or you can say type 2 diabetes mellitus? Sedentary lifestyle and obesity, yes, viral infection, iron deficiency, low calcium intakes. See, I have told you one point, and I am constantly telling that point, that NCD is a lifestyle disorder. Like it will develop because of your regular habits, regular meal habits, whether you are doing some kind of physical activity or not, whether you are having sedentary lifestyle, whether you are obese or not. So insulin resistance is a thing which is developed because of sedentary lifestyle and obesity. If you are active enough, you will not be obese, and eventually will not develop any kind of lifestyle disease. The only thing which is nowadays promoting by various of the health professional is that improve your lifestyle so as to prevent different kind of lifestyle disorder. Yani prevention is better than cure, and prevention is pretty easy in NCDs. You only have to like quit all these unhealthy habits. So sedentary lifestyle and obesity is the responsible factor for insulin resistance. Now next question, which screening test is commonly used for early detection of cervical cancer? ELISA, Pap smear, Western blot, PCR. So Pap smear is the most commonly used for early detection of cervical cancer, human papilloma virus caused cancer. So Pap smear detects the precancerous cervical lesions and HPV associated cellular changes. So early detection through screening significantly reduces cancer, सर्वाइकल कैंसर मोर्टेलिटी. यानी किसी भी डिजीज का अगर अर्ली डायग्नोसिस हो जाए, सो यू कैन रीच टू दी ट्रीटमेंट ऑप्शन वेरी सून. Now next question, which lifestyle modification is most effective in preventing NCDs? Antibiotic therapy, increased sugar intake, रेगुलर फिजिकल एक्टिविटी, एक्सेसिव प्रोटीन डाइट. सो अभी मैंने जस्ट बताया कि क्या करने से आप कर सकते हो. फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज़ को बढ़ा दो ताकि आपकी बॉडी में हाई कोलेस्ट्रॉल ना हो, ओबेसिटी ना हो. ओबेसिटी नहीं होगा तो आपको टाइप 2 डायबिटीज़ का जो चांसेस है वो रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. सो यू नीड टू डू दी regular physical activity, so it will quit all of the risk for disease like CVD कम हो जाएगा, डायबिटीज़ नहीं होगा, ओबेसिटी नहीं होगा, हाइपरटेंशन नहीं होगा. So WHO recommends 150 to 300 minutes of moderate physical activity per week. So you can calculate कि आपको कितना करना है एक दिन में. In epidemiology of NCD, populating aging contributes to increased disease burden because what? Elderly people have stronger immunity, NCDs increases with age, infectious disease disappear with age, aging reduces metabolic disorder. यानी क्वेश्चन में ये पूछा है, in epidemiology of NCDs, पॉपुलेशन एजिंग क्या होता है? सो इट is the NCDs increases with age. Most NCDs develop after long term exposure to risk factor. यानी कि एज के साथ बढ़ता जाता है कि पॉपुलेशन एजिंग क्या होता है इसमें, इसके अकॉर्डिंगली जैसे अगर आप किसी फैक्टर से एक्सपोज हो रहे हैं, लेट सपोज एक्स फैक्टर से आप एक्सपोज हुए, सो आपको वो डिजीज तुरंत देखने को मिलेगा? नो, after you can say over a period of time you will develop some kind of symptom, some kind of discomfort. So it is with time, it will need to have a long term exposure. So right answer is NCDs increases with age. So example is atherosclerosis, it is not a one day process. Type 2 diabetes, cancer is not a one day process, that if you are hitting to some kind of like factors can oncogenes, and then you will raise the disease at the same time. No, it will take some time. So as life expectancy increases, aging population lead to higher NCD prevalence. So this is all for today. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and do watch the next video which I will be